Last time on this ambitious review series, we entered the station itself so we can see it being restored to its former glory. We met some great characters, we had a couple fun musical numbers in the jukebox and the picture machine, and for the first time, Americans got to meet Thomas the Tank Engine. So where do we go from here? Well, today we'll be meeting one more new character for the first time.
Reach for the speed, reach for the whistle, go where the rail may run. Reach for the word, reach for the story, follow the rainbow sun. To a shining time station, where dreams can come true, waiting there for you.
Now, I'm sure some of you watching the first review probably had this to say.
Hey, where's that funny guy with the curl in his hair?
Well, let's get into today's episode, Does It Bite, and see. We begin the episode with Mr. Conductor ranting about some strange new train schedule.
Impossible, ridiculous, and foolishness. This new train schedule is Tommy Rot, Balderdash, and Cuckoo.
I don't know why, but Ringo saying those words makes it sound like he wanted to swear but couldn't for a kids show. It's hilarious. I consider Ringo's Mr. Conductor as the more grumpy but friendly type compared to the fun-loving George Carlin Mr. Conductor and the often crazy Alec Baldwin Mr. Conductor.
There isn't a train on earth that can go from Point Pokey to Cloggyville in 11 seconds. It's 14 miles, and look here, from Doodletown to Turley in 18 hours. Well, it's impossible. Why, I can walk from Doodletown to Turley in 15 minutes, and I'm only 18 inches tall. I'll just have to write the correct times in here.
Mr. Conductor tries to fix the schedules as no train in the world can travel from one destination to another in seconds, unless it's a Japanese bullet train, but I digress. Then Stacy catches him thinking he's trying to change the schedules out of volition.
What are you doing? Stop that. Those are the new train schedules from the railroad company. I am the only one who can change those schedules.
Well, it may be new, but it's not a train schedule.
Give me that pencil.
Never. You can't get from Buttertown to Chubby Corners in 4 seconds.
What did you say? What? 4 seconds?
And this is where my all-time favorite character in the show, along with George Carlin as Mr. Conductor, comes into play. This is...
Ooh, you really are a schemer, aren't you?
Well, that's what they call me, the schemer, and the pleasure is all mine.
Yep, the Schemer, played by none other than Brian O'Connor. And believe it or not, he's actually a main character. He's even in the credits of the opening theme song, and he appears in nearly every episode, with the exception of the previous episode, and technically the series finale, but we'll get to that much later.
But enough about you. Do you see those machines over there? They are all mine. The railroad has given me a long lease for the entire arcade starting today. And I'm thinking about putting in some more machines. Some big, new, noisy, expensive, huge, heavy machines. Yes, I have some big plans. Some very big plans.
Yes.
As I've stated, Schemer is my all-time favorite character in the show. He pretty much steals the show in a similar way to Steve Urkel from Family Matters.
Alright, see ya. Did I do that?
Not to mention, Schemer has some of the best moments in which Brian did as a kind of improv. That's why in the end credits you often see his name next to additional material by, because the show crew also loves his antics. According to both Brian and Rick Sigelkow, Schemer was originally intended to be portrayed by Jason Alexander, best known nowadays as George Costanza in Seinfeld, and for you animation fans, Duckman.
Man, I had 5 chuckles. I ate the green one and the yellow one and the red one is missing. I don't even like chuckles.
Maybe he doesn't like them. That's possible.
My face! Get me to the hospital!
Could you imagine the alternate reality in which Jason played Schemer and Brian played George? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't know how to feel about that, especially since I didn't really watch Seinfeld a lot as a kid. Brian was also a comedian, which makes sense for somebody like Schemer to be portrayed by someone like that. But unfortunately, the only footage of his comedy before Shining Time Station exists in the form of a poor quality video from Lawrence Watson.
Sir, what is your name? Ron! Holy cow, that's the correct answer! You're a lucky volunteer! Come on up here, big guy! Ron! Took me 5 years to get here. You did it in 3 seconds.
He was also in a few movies and TV shows. One of his best known is playing the character Biddle in the 1987 movie Beverly Hills Cop 2.
All right, showtime. What the hell's going on here? Who the hell are you?
Chief, this is...
Shut up, Rosewood! My name is Johnny Wishbone. Johnny Wishbone, and I'm a psychic from the island of St. Croix. Yes, I'm a psychic from the island of St. Croix, and I read in the St. Croix Gazette that the Beverly Hills Police Department having some trouble figuring out crimes. So what I did was come to Beverly Hills to help the police out. They tell me they don't want my help. They don't need my help, so I'm going to go on my merry way. I'm a psychic. I'm a psychic phenomenon. Watch this. I don't know who you are, but watch this. Your name is, Lutz, right? Chief Lutz, that's your name, see? The name pop inside my head like that. And your name is, Biddle? Biddle, yes, see? And you give 2 more seconds, I would say to myself, I don't need no help from no one because I'm Johnny Wishbone, psychic extraordinaire. If you need me, just think Johnny Wishbone and I come running. Lutz and Biddle, it's like kibbles and bits, but different. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you.
I'll talk about his later stuff at a later date. Don't worry, it's all good things from here. Anyways, back to the episode. Schemer tells Stacy that the railroad hired him as the new manager of the arcade on the station, which partially explains why he wasn't in the last episode. This episode is best known for introducing Schemer, while the first one was made to introduce everyone else, and having him show up suddenly would have probably stopped the sweet ending it had going. So I'm glad they saved Schemer for this episode. He's the kind of character you love to hate, but I love him all the same. Anyways, he also tells Stacy that he had those train schedules from before printed up, and they're all intentional, as if the passengers miss their trains, they'll stay and play in his arcade.
Have you noticed the new schedules that I had printed up?
You had those schedules printed up? Why, those schedules are all wrong, and if the schedules are wrong, the passengers will miss their trains.
I know. So what? Who cares? It's fantastic. They miss their train, so they have nothing to do. Therefore, consequently so, they go to my arcade and spend their money in my machine.
Stacy, however, doesn't take kindly to this, and rips up the schedule and scares him into giving back the real ones.
Schemer, these schedules are worthless. They are worse than worthless. They are misleading. Now, what have you done with the real schedules?
All right, take it easy. Take a deep breath. Just an idea.
This isn't a one-time thing either. This dynamic will become a regular thing for Stacy and Schemer moving forward.
It will hardly ever happen again.
What a way to run a railroad.
So Stacy goes to look for Mr. Conductor to apologize to him, just as Matt arrives, and he goes to help look for him. He looks in Harry's workshop, but Harry comes in and Matt is afraid of him.
Here! What are you doing in there?
I was looking for Mr. Conductor.
You want to find a conductor, son, you wait out on the platform. There aren't any conductors in here, and certainly not in my drawer. Was there something else?
No, I was just leaving.
There's a door. Be careful now.
Then he runs into Tanya, who teases him about being afraid of her grandfather.
I don't think he wants me in his workshop.
Oh, you're afraid of him?
I'm not.
Well, come on, let's go see him then.
I think I'll look for Mr. Conductor instead.
Who's Mr. Conductor?
But when Matt tells her about Mr. Conductor, it seems she might be afraid of a little guy.
No, he's a guy. Come on, help me find him.
A guy? A little guy? No thanks. You can go look for him.
Now who's afraid?
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. You are too. And not besides. You're afraid to visit my grandma.
Yeah, and you're afraid to meet Mr. Conductor.
It is then that we see Stacy talking to Mr. Conductor. Stacy says he's telling her about train schedules on Sodor.
Hi. Mr. Conductor's been telling me all about train schedules on the island of Sodor.
Did he tell you about Thomas or Gordon?
No. What about Thomas or Gordon?
Let me see.
We see that Tanya is watching in awe, possibly shy to talk to him. We then go into the first story of the episode.
But I must warn you, it's a very sad story.
Clever way to incorporate the original UK title, but more on that later. After the story, Tanya, who had been listening to the story, asked if Henry gets out of the tunnel.
What's gonna happen? Does Henry ever get out of the tunnel?
But Mr. Conductor has to go somewhere, and promises to tell the story when he comes back, an agreement they shake on, literally.
So shake and we'll make it a date. No, I mean shake!
Oh, boy.
So after he leaves, Stacy, Matt, and Tanya talk about things they're afraid of. But Stacy says that the best thing to do about being afraid is to talk to someone you know, which leads us to the Picture Machine music video of the episode. This song segment, Don't Be Afraid, features unique stop-motion animation from Czech American animator Paul Ferlinger. My apologies if I pronounced that wrong. From his animation house, AR&T Associates Inc. He was best known for creating segments on Sesame Street with a similar style with Teeny Little Super Guy, which featured a guy drawn on a plastic cup, just like the green alien in this song.
Ladies and gentlemen, the teeny little super guy.
Teeny little super guy pops right up before your eye. He's no bigger quicker than your thought.
Snap your fingers, here I come. Now stop me if you've heard this one.
Don't look in the sky, don't look in the sea. He's inside of you and me.
Did I ever tell you about the time?
You can't tell a hero by his side.
I'm just a teeny little super guy.
Sadly, Paul passed away at the age of 89 earlier in 2025. Rest in peace, buddy. As for this song, it's pretty fun. I love the beat of this one, as well as the message that you shouldn't be afraid and you should speak your mind and be yourself. While it felt like it was a little short, kind of ending it early, it's still a fun song regardless.
Oh, children. Hello. What are your names?
I'm Tanya.
Matt and Tanya. Well, those are lovely names for people that have them. Schemer.
After the song, Matt and Tanya finally meet Schemer, who's hoping they'll be putting more money in his machines, but they don't have any more money, so he kicks them out. He then decides to spend his own money in a machine by putting a nickel in the jukebox.
Since there is no one around here, unfortunately, I'll have to spend my own nickel. Bon voyage, Mr. Jefferson.
Yeah, this is another thing Schemer is known for. His brain is big on schemes, but not so much on smarts, not to mention his love for nickels. In the jukebox, the band members notice the nickel coming in, but they're too tired to play anything, except Tito is excited and wants to keep the nickel for his collection.
Another nickel, baby. Hey, I'm keeping this one. I keep all the nickels for my private collection.
Yeah, I didn't mention this before because it wasn't relevant, but Tito is very much like Schemer in that they both have a massive love for nickels. So much so that he keeps them for himself in a big collection. And trust me, there's a later episode where he'd do anything for a nickel, even a giant one conjured by magic.
And I want it! I want it! Yahoo! Prepare the elevator!
Anyways, Schemer is still waiting for his song, but nothing is coming out. So he tries to get his nickel back, but Tito doesn't want to give it up. Also, that one part with Schemer looking into the jukebox and the close-up of his eye is so freaky, it's hilarious. So Schemer goes off to get something to get his nickel back. Meanwhile, Matt and Tanya are sitting by the signal house on the mural, hoping to hear more of the story from Mr. Conductor. But then Stacy tells Matt to take a book to Harry, but he's still afraid of him because it seems he doesn't want him in his workshop. But Stacy consoles him to say that she sent him, and Matt goes into the workshop.
Whoa, son. What's the big rush?
I was just leaving.
Harry runs into him, and he tells the story of a big scare he had once.
I had one of the biggest scares of my life when I was about your age. You see this engine here? I'll never forget the first time she rumbled into the station. Her wheels looked 10 feet tall.
You were scared of a train engine?
At first it was. She let off a blast of steam that about scared the pants off me. Then, after a while, I got a chance to ride in her. She was mighty. And I got to blow the whistle, warning everybody we were passing through. I was hooked. I knew I'd be a railroad band from that moment on.
It's a very nice moment for Matt and Harry to bond over trains like this. While I've ridden on a diesel engine before in my life, I would like to one day ride on a steam engine for myself one day. It's kind of a bucket list thing for me. Anyways, the train footage they use here happened to be some of the same footage from the intro, which came from the 1981 film 8444 with the Union Pacific 844. One of my personal favorite trains thanks to this show. Though the train Harry shows in his book is a very different engine. I'm guessing they couldn't get the footage of that specific engine. Either way, I love this moment. It's sweet. So then, Mr. Conductor returns as he always keeps his promises, especially to children. So he tells Matt and Tanya the rest of Henry's story. Afterwards, Mr. Conductor heads off, and Schemer arrives with a little box and takes out a toy saw and hammer to open the jukebox and get his nickel back. Did I mention that I really love how funny this character is? So Tito finally decides to throw the nickel back to Schemer, hitting him in the forehead.
Ha 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 ha! At least I got my nickel back. This place is very strange. My own machines trying to swipe my own money.
So Schemer decides not to bring in big expensive machines after all, and is weirded out when a juggler clown comes to get his ticket. So then we get into the jukebox band song, showing that they can play even without a nickel. This leads into a jazzy rendition of Camptown Races. It's pretty awesome, and Jonathan Freeman does a great singing job here.
Run all day. I bet my money on the bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. Do I? Yeah.
We then end with Stacy asking Matt and Tanya to set up the new schedules. Now on to the Thomas stories. First up is the sad story of Henry, aka Come Out Henry. This was the third story in the first book of the Railway series, and while it seems boring with the whole back and forth with Henry and the passengers and all the failed moments of trying to move him, it's a solid episode, despite the fact that some people like to twist the story around into thinking Sir Topham Hatt left him in the tunnel forever. Speaking of which, let's talk about Sir Topham Hatt himself. In the original UK version as well as in the books, he was often referred to as the Fat Controller, as a sort of nickname in a sense.
Then along came Sir Topham Hatt, the man in charge of all the engines on Sodor. They call him the Fat Controller.
But when it was time to bring Thomas to America, they decided to refer to him exclusively by his real name, Sir Topham Hatt.
Then along came Sir Topham Hatt, the man in charge of all the engines on the island of Sodor.
While I do understand the reason for this change, it's one that continued with the UK dub for many years, referring to him as the Fat Controller until August 2022, if this article has anything to go by. Sure, there are some slip-ins of the original name, like certain songs calling him Fat Controller, and some merchandise like Ertl keeping the Fat Controller name in the portrait card, but still, this is a change that I'm very much okay with. As for the second story, Edward, Gordon, and Henry, or Henry to the Rescue as it's sometimes known, Picks up from the last story where Gordon breaks down by the tunnel with a long train. So Henry and Edward are tasked to take it to the next station. See, folks, Henry did come out of the tunnel, so he can stop all those crazy articles spreading misinformation. Anyway, for the full episode, it's a great one for sure. It introduced Schemer in a more organic way compared to if you would have introduced him last minute in the first episode. He's funny, hilarious, and the best character in the show, in my opinion. The rest of the episode is great too, from Matt and Harry bonding about trains, to Tanya meeting Mr. Conductor, to Stacy and Schemer having a love-hate relationship beginning here, and of course some great Thomas stories, one of them even getting a wooden railway pack with an exclusive sad-faced Henry, which I happened to get on eBay a while back. Overall, this episode is a pretty great continuation from the first one, and twice in a row, it gets a 10 out of 10, especially for introducing one of the best characters in the show. Maybe he'll let a fox with no money like me in his arcade now?
No money? Hey, then what are you doing hanging around here? Come on, get out of here. Out, get a job, earn a living, grow up. Come on, get some hard-earned cash. Get out of here. Oh, you pay.
Oh well, it was worth a shot.
Reach for the speed, reach for the whistle, go where the rail may run. Reach for the words, reach for the story, follow the rainbow sun. To a shining time station, where dreams can come true, waiting there for you. So much to see, so far to travel, so much to learn to know. Friends by your side, hopes to hold on to, who knows how far you'll go. To a shining time station,